Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the S1E6 podcast for Gotham, Season 1, Episode 6, Spirit of the Goat. I'm your host, Dom. With me are my co-hosts, Pat and Michele.
Hello!
John. You okay?
Oh, hi.
And Clio!
I am not used to being last.
Oh. Well, get used to it, because I'm moving you into the last box every time now. You just opened yourself for that one.
What?
I'm usually down there.
I said I'm going to move you there every show now, so get used to it. You just opened yourself up for that.
Why does this feel like that game? What is it? The celebrity tic-tac-toe game?
Oh, God.
Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares. There we go.
This is totally musical chairs. Look. All right, Clio, is this better? I'm going to...
Oh, God.
How did you get it? There? Yeah. Okay. There. Boom. There. Is that better, Clio?
Now you're number 2.
You're number 2.
You're the second winner.
You're the second. Yes, all day,
I'm
every day.
the first loser.
You're the first loser.
Number 2.
So, what did you guys think of this episode?
I really liked it.
Awesome.
A lot.
Awesome.
Cleo?
Sorry, I was trying to read Lee's comment about... So he's talking about me.
That episode, though.
Yes.
Good.
This probably was my favorite episode thus far.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Edward Nygma.
No, actually, he's a little better.
No,
They
yeah,
wrote
that
him-
was okay.
They wrote him not so shittily.
Until he started trying to read off nonsensical riddles to them again.
Well, that wasn't that's an actual
I know, but
riddle with an actual answer.
the wolf and the birdseed and the chicken and like what?
No, it's the wolf and the cabbage and the fox. No,
Yeah, dear.
Goat.
right?
The wolf, the cabbage, and the goat.
The goat. My bad.
No, it was
Sometimes it's
wolf,
a fox,
cabbage,
not a
goat. Was
wolf.
it oh, okay.
That's why I got confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't.
But, I like the whole thing on this super drug possibly bringing about Bane. Anybody else get that kind of feeling?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
With like
Definitely.
because
We
we
talked
had
about that last week,
Viper,
didn't
and
we?
now it's Venom, and Venom it gives you that superhuman power without deteriorating your body.
Did you watch this week's episode, Pat, or are you on the Venom episode still? Did you watch the Go episode?
Oh wait, no, I'm talking about wrong episode. We watched both at the same time today.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Okay. Yes. So.
I lied.
Okay. But yeah,
Fun twofer.
Pat's blending the episodes together.
Blending
that's
episodes. Sorry. For me, it was 2 hours long.
It was one
Spoilers
2-hour
and
episode of
generals.
Gotham.
Hours of awesomeness.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. I started off the episode disliking Nygma because of that whole thing, and then I really liked Nygma when he started the whole filing cabinet like rant of how he could improve things or whatever. Then he like redeemed himself there, and then like when he acted like a total bitch to, he acted like a bitch when he acted like a dick to Kristen Kringle. It's like I didn't like him again.
Santa.
Well, yeah, because he's supposed to be that sort of
Well,
unable to talk to a human being. He's
Yeah.
talking to I don't know what he thinks he's talking to, but
I think his heart was in the right place. He's definitely trying to seduce her. It's just he's not very good at it. So,
his heart is in the right place. He's
His
trying to
heart-
seduce her.
and his penis are in the right place.
I would hope so.
Well, it's
I mean, if he
he's
had it
not
on like
in the
his
right
forehead
place
or
until
something,
he's
that would be
succeeded
disturbing.
in seducing her.
Right, but he'd be a
That's
much more interesting character, Dom. So don't knock it.
He's just socially romantically awkward.
He's the Sheldon of the show. If anybody watches Big Bang, and quite frankly, he should just sit on his little portion of the couch and not move anymore.
Yeah, in his special spot there. But I think the thing that really irked me about the episode more than anything was the question mark mug. I wanted to reach through the TV and break it.
That was a facepalm moment. It's just
that
like...
was just, guys.
I was like, woohoo!
And, like, Nigma is pretty much the bane of this TV show for me right now.
Yeah.
I'm Bird! You know, from the movie.
No one gets that joke but me.
I know.
I get it now. I get it now. I was filled in last week on this horrible inside joke last week. So, yeah.
I mean...
We'll have to give you the whole story later.
I don't hate...
Okay.
I don't hate him as much anymore, Mr. Nigma, but, like...
He's the weakest part of the show, though.
No,
he really
he absolutely is. But, like, the scene with Kristen was endearing. I did enjoy that. I mean, I can't... I mean, the rest of it was kind of like, all right, fine, we get it.
I'm sorry. I'm seeing it from Kristen's point of view. Weird ass guy is harassing you.
No, it was, but like, it was interesting at least. Like, it was it was at least another side of him. I'm not defending his actions.
You used the word endearing, which is why I'm like,
I said the scene was endearing, not the character.
Okay.
That's the difference.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Endearing in a creepy way.
You could be creepily endearing.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a thing.
That's how I seduce women. That's
I mean, if you don't know, go to John's Twitter at no more.
I've been doing nothing but post dick pics for the last 2 weeks. For me.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
of what people who don't know about your tweets?
Shh, don't explain it. I'm not
going to explain it, but
you don't have to. Let it sit.
if you guys want to see dick pics, go to nomore@twitter.com.
Yep.
But Lee is actually asking in chat right now. He wants to know if Kristen Kringle will become Eddie Nigma Harley Quinn.
I forget if he has like a female companion. It would be interesting.
It would be. It would add.
And maybe get them away from the stupid riddle shit that they're throwing at us. That'd be great.
It's really just bothering me more than anything. And I hate the fact that I have something that I'm this passionate about to gripe over because I love this show. I really, really love this show. So don't take me wrong. I just wish Edward Nigma didn't exist in this show right now. That's really my gripe with it.
I have a very similar feeling towards a different character.
Really?
Barbara!
What character is that?
Barbara.
Barbara.
It's Barbara.
Well, Barbara almost got her little moment. She finally got like where Gordon is like, I'm gonna come clean and tell you everything, and then
sorry, I'm arrested.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, I have a little note titled Barbara Rant.
Oh.
You just don't like her, or
because I got so mad at that whole sequence of events. Because in the beginning it was like, oh, okay, great. She wants to, hear what he has to say. She wants to help him carry his burden. And then she goes to her ex-girlfriend like, hey, Gordon's going to tell me everything and I'll tell you.
Well,
I wanted to strangle her.
She's confused.
I get.
She just doesn't know.
I get the reason why.
She's
though.
dumb.
I do too. She wants to prove his innocence, but she's lying to him to do it.
Yeah, but she's
not
been lying since day one, essentially, with the whole relationship between her and her ex-lover.
That's her not wanting to share information about an ex. I mean, I don't. That seems understandable to me. But now she is basically saying, I will listen to you, tell me your stuff that's going on in your job so that I can turn around and tell somebody else. Like, tell me in confidence so that I can totally betray your trust.
Yeah. I mean, we've kind of seen
it doesn't matter why she's doing it.
From the start, she's kept this secret, but she demands to know like all his truths while she has her own skeletons in the closet. It's like, really? Like, very hypocritical of her.
I hate
her.
I mean,
I
don't. She does not bother me anywhere near the level that Nigma bothers me, though. Because
it bothers me because she could be great.
I think the problem is I've actually dealt with some women that have had these exact qualities.
Yeah.
So I can relate to Gordon having to deal with Barbara, and that makes it more redeeming for me. But I can't relate to anybody that has anything to do with Nigma, and it just really, really, I don't know.
Well, the thing with Nigma is Nigma seems like, I don't know, on paper he's supposed to be smart, but then he just comes off like that kid with like some social deficiency.
I mean, if he did not say the stupid little riddle at the beginning, and I understand they wanted to tie it with the goat thing, if they just took that out,
Yeah.
and didn't have the question mark as obvious on the mug, it was just like centered with the camera, and he had this smug little look. If it was like, if it was turned. If it was turned off to the side and you only saw, like, part of it, I really wouldn't have cared. But it was just the fact that it was dead-centered. And it's like, if you don't know who this is, here it is. And it's just like...
This show is the opposite of subtle.
Yes, exactly. It's as subtle as a bull in a china shop. That's
Well,
my
they
only
expect
problem.
fans to know.
Mix your metaphors.
Right, but that's the thing. If they expect us as fans to know, they don't need to hit us over the head with it.
They're not going to sugarcoat anything.
No, but they don't need to be blatant. Like, you know, you're not... If you can't figure it out, you are not a comic book fan.
Right.
Well,
I mean, and
that's my point.
I feel like I can forgive Nigma because he's written badly, but I look at Barbara and I'm like, you're the mother of my favorite character. Why
Stop
are you
sucking!
such a bitch?
Like, Jim, don't marry her.
I know! It's like,
don't do it.
terrible!
Well, another character that's kind of had some pretty...
She's annoying, yes.
Another character that had some pretty bad, like, character development up to this episode is Bullock. And Bullock actually got some nice little backstory here, and I was actually really happy with that.
It was glorious.
It was extremely heartfelt. Like, I felt sorry for him because from the first scene going on, I'm like, wow. He really acted like Gordon.
Yeah.
And now you understand why, even to the little key of carrying around his own flask and drinking on the job.
Yeah.
It's like he's just acting like his old partner. Don't be a hero because heroes in turn get hurt.
Yeah.
Or
get people hurt.
In a way, the way he treats Gordon, he's trying to protect him.
Well, he's being he's being his old partner.
Well, yes, but I'm saying
my favorite thing
for
was
that reason
Gordon,
to protect Gordon.
Dix, or is that his name? The partner?
Yeah.
Partner?
Yeah.
Was like, oh, watch out for a knight in shining armor. And Gordon was like,
him?
Bullock?
Are we talking about the same guy?
Yeah, Bullock.
Harvey Bullock.
Harvey.
That him. And it was
that was the best moment in this.
It was the best moment was when you find out that he's paying for his stay at the home. That was just I was just like, oh.
And paying for his dirty
still my heart.
magazines.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
He's
paying for his porn
it
collection.
Was disgusting and sweet all at the same time.
But I wouldn't expect any less out of Bullock, because that's basically
course.
what we've seen out of him.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You know.
But it was awesome. I really liked that whole thing. Like, even that beginning sequence where he was just like, no, we're going to get him. We're going to get him. We're going to get him. I'm like, oh, you're a broken and jaded man now.
And I mean, I think we're seeing from episode 1, Gordon is changing Harvey.
Yeah.
Maybe not, like, back a little bit. Maybe not all the way back, but enough to be that he cares about the job again.
Well, he's
seeing himself.
Yeah, he sees a glimmer of his past.
And he kind of hates it.
I can really stop being a douche. You know, I could actually care about, Gotham again.
Yeah. And, it's pretty funny that they keep using, like, he used the term white knight, and I just keep thinking of Harvey Dent.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm just like, this is going to be great. Dix is going to have a field day with him. You are the whitest of white knights. Stop it.
But does all of this background that they've laid for Bullock, does this... Is his cynicism really justified now?
Yep.
I think so.
100%.
He lost his partner, essentially. And he's like, look what happened when I tried to be a hero. I screwed up big time.
And it's not just... Oh, sorry.
He's doing the right thing, though. He's, like, taking care of the man, which is, like, I think, a very noble thing to do. So, but I think he's becoming less cynical. already.
Yeah.
So
I just don't think that this one event justifies the way we've seen him in these first 5 episodes.
Well, no, it's not the event. The event wouldn't have changed him this much. It's that he got you saw how Dix was talking to him, and this was just one 5-minute meeting of theirs. If he was around all of the time when he was like in surgery or whatever, he would have gotten bombarded with just this guilt from this guy he trusts a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so his partner really broke down his self-esteem, and he just reverted.
This is more like the last straw that broke the camel's back. You know, how many times did Bollock's partner keep on telling him, "Don't be a hero, don't be a hero. Gotham PD's not heroes." And then finally, he tries to be the hero still, and his partner gets injured for life.
Right. I mean, but I mean, it also he was probably he's been more exposed to the corrupt nature of the GCPD, which will make you real cynical and whatnot very quickly.
Especially if you have no choice but to fall in line.
Right, and
or get killed.
That'll and watching the government deteriorate with corruption, like it's he's a product of his environment as well. It's not just that one event that justifies his cynicism. I think it's the whole city.
Oh.
So. Yeah.
That event definitely propelled him, and especially the way his partner treated him, just broke him down.
You know what? I loved him though.
Oh God, yeah, he was hilarious.
He was hilarious, and like he's like
a complete ass.
He's like, he wasn't working alone, you idiots. Oh, it's not magic. Oh. Be a fucking cop, guys.
That whole scene with him was just incredible.
It was great.
Yeah.
Everything from that to his interaction with Bullock to his interaction with Gordon was just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope they have more of him.
Oh, I would love to see it.
Like as the sagacious old man that they visit when they need help cracking a case. I wouldn't mind.
He knows. He's knowledgeable. He knows.
Right.
Knows
what do you think Gordon can take out of this story, though?
I'm not sure he actually connected the dots. I think he was just like, this old man is crazy. But if he, actually took that to heart, then maybe he'll see Henry, Bullock's not that different from him.
Mm-hmm.
I think also at the same point, maybe not to jump so quickly to put yourself in danger, because you're going to put your partner in danger too. Maybe to think of the other people around him at the same point.
Yeah. I could see that.
More think before you act scenario in situations.
Because there's only so many times you can be the white knight before you get dehorsed.
It makes sense.
I like your puns. So the spirit of the goat itself, that killer, was actually, I thought, a very interesting villain at first.
Yeah.
Until the reveal of what it actually was at the end with the hypnotism. But I was super intrigued if they had let this go on for like an extra episode. Just like carried it over and still had the Goatman killer and reincarnate like one more time or something like that. I would have been a lot more in love with this villain than I was, but I still think it was pretty interesting.
I mean, I don't think just because you kill she didn't die. He shot her in the leg, which was awesome, by the way.
Oh,
He
yeah.
like shot her in the ankle.
You're not going for it.
Just because she's in jail, I don't think like there could be copycats,
She could
especially if
have
she's drawing from an actual legend.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
there's
since she's
no
not
reason why the goat can't come back.
Since she's not dead, she could get visitors in jail and she could hypnotize people to visit her.
Or she could even have people planted already that they just need to hear a code word, and like like the rich dude whose name escapes me now.
Yeah.
She could just go like, the falafel's ready and 3 murderous rampages happening now.
The Golden Gate?
Yeah, I don't care what she said.
Golden Temple.
I mean, like the psychological implications of that is complete bullshit, but I'll let it go because it's a TV show. Yeah. But like, it was cool because I think this is the first time the show kind of got to be like a little scary. Like the Balloon Man wasn't really scary, and this guy, like this Goat Man, was like actually really intimidating and like actually cool. Like it actually felt like a mini horror movie for a little while, which I really liked.
Yeah, and I actually really did think it was like an ancient Egyptian
god
spirit or something.
Yeah. See, that was why I wish the mystery of it wasn't revealed so quickly. I wish it carried on to another episode, because just that was the most interesting part about this killer to me, was the mystery behind it. I mean, we had the pennies that were like sewn into the back of the guy's brain or head, whatever it was, which at first I thought was a reference to the old in the comics they had the big penny in the Batcave. I thought that was kind of a nod back to that, but this penny was what, like 1919 penny or something like that, and I think the penny that's in the Batcave is like 1937 or something like that, so it clearly wasn't the same pennies. One. Yeah,
it's the Liberty pennies that are getting put into their heads.
Right.
I'm a bad Batman fan. I never read the comics.
So the interesting thing, though, is the word Gotham actually literally translates into homestead where goats are kept. So
that's great.
I'm sorry, what now?
That's clever.
Gotham literally translates into homestead where goats are kept.
Well played, gentlemen. Well played.
Oh, Pat.
Pat, just go. Just go. You're done. You're off the show. Go.
But yeah, and then they twisted up with the we talked about last week how the Firstborn was kind of like the Penguin story. How he was taking the Firstborns of Gotham, where they kind of dipped into that, took it here. But why wasn't Bruce afraid?
Because he had no one to be taken from.
Yes, he did.
He most certainly did.
I know.
Did you see Alfred? Everyone's like,
Alfred was very sad.
I thought Alfred was going to like excuse himself from the room and go cry.
I'm going to go cry now. Excuse me. I was like, oh, Bruce, cold.
Like, he doesn't see Alfred as a person, and it's driving me crazy.
But then the other thing too, Michele brought this up.
That's the thing, is he sees Alfred as a person. He doesn't see him as family.
Yeah, not yet.
Here's another thing. It seemed like every one that the Goat Man took was Firstborn female.
No, they mention men.
Yes, they did mention men.
They did, okay.
But they only showed us the female, which goes to they had him. He had them all dressed up in like a nice dress or whatever. Is he doing the same thing to the guys? Is he putting them in like a nice suit and tux and
a flowery dress? What the hell are you talking about?
Maybe he went for men, the Firstborn male.
Well, those street sort of shirts that just go all the way to your ankles that men wear. You probably put them in one of those
onesie pajamas with
close?
the feet. With the feet and the flap on the back, so you don't have to take the whole thing off to use the bathroom.
Yeah, those are great.
The next Silence of the Lambs.
Why do I even try?
I'm wearing one under my clothes right now.
Catty!
Oh, speaking of, we saw Catwoman.
She just
did.
For like 5 minutes. She just snuck in. It was like, hey,
yeah.
Breaking and entering.
Yeah, that was
if I was the Goat Man, you'd be dead.
Catwoman just snuck into Pat's frame too. But
sorry about that, guys.
She clearly stole something from Bruce.
Yeah.
But what was it?
I think it was a cigarette case or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love the way she's so cat-like and sly.
A cigarette case that probably has like a USB drive.
She's just like...
It's a flash drive with all of Bruce's financial information.
It's a flash drive that exists in a time period when flash drives shouldn't exist.
2002?
The same thing we could say about cell phones.
Yep, touche.
I just love that. That's probably my favorite part of the show. Is it's set like an old 1930s gangster movie kind of setting, but they have cell phones.
Crappy ones. I mean, they have kind of like Michelle's cell phone.
Yeah, like Michelle's cell phone.
Yeah. from like 12 years ago. So
Essence is the next prop.
it's Catwoman's cell phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pink, just like Catwoman. Yeah, I'm curious exactly what she took, what the relevance of that was, because she's clearly still keeping an eye on Bruce.
I feel like it might have been like maybe Thomas Wayne's, one of his personal items. I feel like, because I don't think it would be anything that Bruce would use on a regular basis. Because I'm pretty sure it was like a cigarette case or something like that, or like even like a business card holder. I mean, it was like an old man thing,
Yeah.
Right. Well,
So-
the last time we heard anything out of Catwoman's mouth, Selina's mouth, is she said that she knew. Well, not the last time, but in the last time she spoke that episode, she said she knew who murdered Bruce's parents, and I'm curious if this had something to do with that. She's trying to prove that.
Maybe it could have been something one of them had on them.
Yeah, something that she
crime.
needed to help identify or get into. Could have been a key to one of the Wayne buildings or something, for all we know.
Yeah,
It's
who
possible.
knows? But they really need to up their security at that mansion. I mean,
we
What
have a
the fuck?
killer on the loose that's going around stealing firstborn sons, and Bruce
Like, the
goes and
door's
leaves
open. It's
the
a nice
window
night.
open.
I know, why not? Come on in.
What?
yeah,
What?
Like he needs a breeze at night.
it helps me sleep and it blows the thoughts away.
It keeps me safe when I'm jogging at night.
And I did think of this. I was like, I guess he never goes to bed. But then again, if he did, they'd have to make another set.
Yeah, we've only
That's the
seen
only
one
set they've
room.
ever made for
It's
Wayne
the only
Manor.
room in the bed. It's just one room.
It's
The rest
just
is
one
all dead
That's all
space.
the manor is. Come
You've
on.
never seen a hallway. You've never seen any other part of the mansion.
We've seen a doorway. We've seen a doorway in that room. Alfred like stood in the
It's
doorway.
smaller on the inside.
It,
So Wayne Manor
that
is
is
like a
small.
reverse TARDIS.
Yep.
Yes.
Interesting. So we got a lot more from Mr. Cobblepot.
Yes.
Lee is saying, did anyone did anyone here get a Norman Bates vibe when the penguin was in the
Yeah.
tub?
Wait.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
creepy. I was like, please keep your hands above the shoulder.
that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Just-
please keep your hands where I can see them. Oh
Keep
god.
your hands
Oh god.
above the fucking shoulder because I can't do this.
Sunbathe. I mean, please. Ew.
Oh,
Please tell me there isn't a woman
so
involved.
gross.
I
It's
mean,
some kind of harlot, isn't it?
it was rather disturbing, but it also goes to the level of his mentality when it comes to his mother. Like, he's still a child to her and in her eyes as well, you know?
Ah. And it's maybe.
I'm the only woman you'll ever need.
Ugh. Shut up, Mom.
Like,
Kick the filter
some woman stole you from me.
I'm fine.
God, Mom, it was no woman.
I.
Trust me, women don't want him. He's too stabby.
Style.
Too stabby.
Too stabby. Yeah.
Among other things,
But then he really just completely changed the show. He loves showing up unannounced. Like, that's his favorite thing ever. And he just
good
walks
at it,
into the
though.
police station at the right moment.
yep.
I love that.
He's like, hasn't that happened the last 2 episodes?
Yeah.
He's just walked in.
Just
He
walks
just-
in.
What's up?
Gentlemen.
The worst possible, or in this case, the best possible time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Sweet
loved
princess.
Bullock gets so angry. He's like, ah.
You just
Like,
saved me from
"Whoa."
being arrested. I hate you.
Well, it's like, and my partner just lied to me.
Yeah.
You
Well,
say
no,
me
he was
from
gonna go
getting
punch.
arrested, but at the
One of the
same
biggest
point,
lies.
we're gonna get killed.
Yeah, exactly. He wanted to punch Gordon.
Yeah, one of the most biggest. You lied to me this whole time.
We're screwed by Falcone now.
And
Then
and Gordon
further
was like,
goes-
no, Bullock, you're not listening to me. I didn't kill him.
No, I know. You
No,
didn't kill
I
him.
actually didn't kill him.
I get it now. I definitely get it.
Which
It was so
further
funny.
goes to the story that they set up last week with Maroni is like gone now. Like, Maroni knew Penguin was alive and he's keeping blackmail over Gordon and he knows that, like, and he goes, if I need you, I'm going to call on you again. He has no blackmail now. So they just set up this whole story last week to just throw it in the trash this week.
They didn't set it up. I mean, what I mean is Penguin's still using Maroni. So it's like, it's not, I don't know. If he can keep that, like, say, oh yeah, Maroni, you're the only one who knows I'm alive. Totally.
Not the whole police department or anything.
Gonna keep playing him.
I mean,
the police department is on Falcone's side. Why would they tell Maroni anything?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, unfortunately, knowing, looking at the previews of the next episode, it looks like the Penguin's going to be using Maroni a lot more next week anyway. So,
did you say unfortunately?
Well, unfortunately for Maroni, because he's going to get fucking murked.
I like Maroni more than I like Fish and Falcone.
Oh, he's
but
a box of stupid. I love him.
We all know Maroni's a bit thick. He's a bit dumb. He's a meathead.
I think that's why I like him so much.
That's why I like him, because he's an idiot.
He only got to where he is.
He's got the most muscle.
Well, yeah.
I think he's got the most muscle, so it's a matter of time at the same point that we're going to have Fish kind of join Maroni almost to get rid of Falcone.
Well, she wants to get
and then in turn,
she's fine.
Cobblepot's going to be like, hey, well, screw you. I'm going to get rid of you, too.
Yeah, I don't think that she's going to go with Maroni, especially since Cobblepot's with Maroni. I think she's working on her own forces.
Yeah. I mean, that goes without saying.
But people play that Cobblepot for a fool. They just use him. He's gonna have his own.
He's gonna turn.
He has his own methods.
He'll get his day in the sun.
Yes. And they just do not. They just use him as a pawn. Both of them, Falcone and Fish, and now Maroni. Well, I just can't wait for it.
Well, penguins do eat fish.
Yeah.
Although I do want to see Fish just like strangle Cobblepot.
A little bit.
A little bit, just like have her just get that rage in her eyes, just grab him by the throat.
I feel like he'd like it too much, so.
Yeah, with like her monster nails.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but then the mother comes in and just like decks her.
Not my tiny boy.
I think Fish would snap that woman's neck.
Yeah, she definitely would. She definitely would. As for like little Easter eggs and stuff, there really wasn't anything other than like the Riddler's mug and like the more blatantly obvious stuff. But they did mention Blackgate, which most people probably wouldn't pick out as anything significant. But it was mentioned in the final scene that that's where they were going to send Gordon. And Blackgate is pretty much the most notorious prison that they have in Gotham, which is even bigger than Arkham Asylum. And Arkham Asylum only gets a lot of attention now because of Batman Begins movie and the recent video games that have come out.
Well, it
makes sense, though.
Blackgate is much worse.
Arkham always played a big part in the animated series in the 90s. So that's what I really know it from.
Yeah.
But Arkham was never just a prison. It was always a high security mental prison.
Right.
Yeah, it was an institution. It was never a strict prison.
Yeah, Blackgate is.
It's for the crazies like the Joker and the big baddies who are just insane.
Well,
but if I'm not,
aren't all Batman supervillains insane?
Yeah,
kind of their thing.
Pretty much.
But Blackgate was even in Arkham City, if I'm not mistaken. I remember going there in that game. So, or at least you fight prisoners from Blackgate, at least.
Yes,
but
actually,
it's definitely part of the.
I've never played it, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah, no, actually, now that you mentioned, I remember the Blackgate prisoners.
Right.
So. What? I should play.
Yeah, the Gotham games or the Batman Arkham games, whatever, they're really good, and
except for Origins, because fuck.
I didn't mind Origins. I didn't think it was incredible, but
How'd you beat the first boss?
I didn't mind.
I can't do it.
I don't remember what was the first boss.
Did he play? I'm sure.
Slade. You're supposed to fucking fight Slade.
I don't remember. I plowed through that game.
Oh, sorry.
I can't.
I'm saying oh to what Lee said in chat. I didn't freaking realize that was the same actress who's playing Cobblepot's mom.
Yes.
The Princess Bride. I knew I recognized her. I just didn't put the pieces together.
See, and I know her from somewhere else because I've never
Storm
seen
the castle.
I've never seen The Princess Bride. So I know her from somewhere else, and I'm equally as confused.
Do you think it would work? It'll take a miracle.
You know, I thought she looked familiar.
Yeah.
I just couldn't put it together. I haven't watched Princess Bride in a while.
Yeah.
Such a movie, though. Oh, love that movie.
The last thing that I wanted to touch on was the fact that this seems to be the first villain, or really entity so far, that's actually used a mask.
Yeah.
Well, technically the Balloon Man used a couple masks. He had the pig mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a hood thing. I don't know. But yeah, this was definitely a mask that meant something to this villain.
And the fact that it very much resembled the Batman mask.
Yes, I was saying that to Pat at the beginning. I was like, oh.
It more resembled the Nolan's take on the Scarecrow mask.
Yes, it kind of a cross between Batman and Scarecrow, because it had like the ears and everything on it too. So it was kind of a cross.
Notice the ears.
Yeah.
The background.
I was too busy looking at the asymmetrical eye holes. I'm like, it's bothering me.
That's funny, huh?
That's where I know her from. She was on the TV show Taxi.
Oh.
I never saw Taxi.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you. But yeah, it had the ears on it. It had like the Scarecrow vibe. I thought it was Scarecrow at first. That's what I thought they were gonna go with. Yeah, me too. I'm glad they didn't, because I don't want to see any of these major villains. Like they've already shoved Penguin down our throat, but not in a bad way. Like don't take that the wrong way. I love what they're doing with Penguin.
Oh yeah,
I do too.
But I don't want them to just dive in head first and throw all the major villains at us like in the first season. Like setting them up, giving us little nods to them, letting us know they exist. They can do a better job with Enigma, by all means. But like Catwoman, you know, she's doing her thing and she's fine. We haven't heard anything from Mr. Freeze yet. We haven't even seen or heard any mention of Harvey Dent for Two-Face.
And I'm like, when's Two-Face going to be?
We haven't seen Poison Ivy since the pilot, so I'm really happy about that.
Thank God.
Yep. So it's just all these little seeds that they planted. They're going and they're growing without it. They don't need them all. Like they're letting them grow on their own. And
exactly.
They're not forcing it down your throat.
That would be I think that would be bad of them if they did that. This is very good. Steady.
I mean, they've hinted at Joker a few times. They've given us some, like, Harley Quinn-esque colors that the background dancers in Fish's Place are wearing. And, you know, there's been stuff like that, but there's been no direct mention of any of these characters, which is, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we need in the show. We don't need Joker question marks dead centered in the screen of the mug. It's like, really?
Riddler.
Or Riddler, yes.
That's it. Like, fans, again, they know, like, what's going to come. They know, if fans know Batman, they know, obviously, villains, they know this. They don't, the writers know that they don't need to just, like, throw it out there right away.
No.
Well, clearly they don't know that.
I mean,
it really seems like they don't know that.
Yeah.
Now, it's got to be one guy in the prop department was like, dude, it's going to be funny if we do this.
Well,
it's hilarious.
Try it.
I mean, like I said, I wouldn't have minded it if he just, like, picked it up casually or if it was just sitting on his desk in the background somewhere.
This.
Well, keep in mind, it is the first season, too.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
I think they're running
exactly what he did.
Seeing what's gonna work.
No, it was just blatantly obvious, and it was like, oh, hey, look.
Whatever. Yeah. Well, we already knew. Most fans knew.
Guess who I am?
I can tell by his mannerisms. I can tell right by his mannerisms when he first came in.
But, like, fans like little Easter eggs, and we like hunting them down and stuff. It's fun for us, and they should keep doing that. There's no need for this shit.
But John, what about the casuals?
Filthy fucking casuals.
He's gonna have the golden cane next week.
Oh, God.
I've said it so many times that if they just never said his last name and just called him Ed and cut all the riddle bullshit out and just made him super smart and then did something like hide the the coffee mug with the question mark and just put it on his desk.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you didn't if they just called him Ed, not even Edward, but just Ed, and like you didn't exactly know who he was up until this point, and then somebody would have been like, question mark, and I would have fell in love with this character immediately.
I think they should have held off on the riddles and given him some sort of story arc where, I don't know, he's interested in riddles. I don't know.
Yes.
No,
And now
I get it. I get that.
Now that we've gone full circle and came back around to what we were griping about at the beginning of the podcast, do you guys have anything else that you'd like to touch on from this week?
If we don't get any more information about Barbara, I will continue to hate her.
Maybe her flashback story is next.
Maybe.
Yeah. I am excited.
Because there's definitely something up with her, because, what's her name?
Montoya.
The MCU lady.
Montoya.
Yeah, Montoya.
Don't
she
you love
was like,
the fact that like the villains on a DC show are nicknamed the MCU?
yeah. That's pretty funny. But she's like, they were out in front of City Hall. She's like, you shouldn't be here, blah, blah, blah. Which gives to your theory that she's Falcone's daughter.
It wasn't my theory, it was Lee's theory.
Oh, sorry, Lee's theory. Sorry,
Yes.
Lee. Didn't mean to take that away from you.
Gotcha, bro.
But yeah. Do you guys think we're going to see flashbacks again this season?
Yeah, probably.
I think
Why
so.
not?
I mean, this was the first time we've seen one, so.
I don't know. I think it would add.
Maybe when they start answering some stuff.
I think it's kind of the necessary progression, especially when we have like this established characters like Bullock. I think this really was the only way to effectively tell that story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
He wasn't going to sit down and say it.
No.
So.
No, Bullock's never going to sit down and say it.
No.
That's not who he is.
Never.
Stubborn.
So, next week, the episode is called The Penguin's Umbrella.
Ooh.
Oh!
As violence between Maroni and Falcone continue to escalate, Penguin reveals a new component of his manipulative strategy, forcing Gordon to deal with the consequences of his decision to spare Penguin's life.
Also, Victor Zaz.
So what?
You don't know who Zaz is?
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, Zaz is going to be in the next episode.
Oh, okay.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. That's that bald guy who was shooting at them in the police department in the previews.
Oh,
Doesn't he
right.
have tattoos on his face?
He doesn't have him yet, but
Aha.
that's Victor Zaz. Yeah, I'm so excited.
He was in Batman Arkham Origins, right?
He was in Arkham Asylum.
Asylum.
He was the first boss in Asylum. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's gonna be great. I love that character.
It will be good. It will
Yeah.
be good. Yeah, I think that about wraps things up. Cleo, your lower third is now in the wrong box. It's with Pat and Michele.
Nice. Do it.
So-
It doesn't
so-
matter.
Yeah, so Cleo, where can people find you?
Well, you can find Pat and Michele at Cleomoto.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there, there,
So,
flew.
where can people
It flew now.
Oh, it's magic.
Find them at Cleomoto.
Yes.
Okay. John, where can people find you?
You can find me at No More, where I'll be tweeting a dick pic. Right now.
Pat, Michele, where can people find you?
Kliamoto.
Excellent.
That's where they are.
Clearly. So let me,
Apparently we're joining her now.
okay, so it's coming back down now. You can find them at Cleomoto as well.
Join me in my dick pics.
I really want to go see which dick pic you posted this week.
I'm going right now.
You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon.
Sorry, I was distracted by dick pics.
I was waiting for it. That sounds so wrong.
You're
It
really
sounds so
looking at
wrong.
dick pics, or
No.
are you just saying it?
No.
Doesn't need pictures.
It's not what you think it is, but it's exactly what he said it is.
It's exactly what I said.
Yes, but it's not what you think it is.
Photos
So
and pictures.
you can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, Gmail, G+, MySpace, and right here on YouTube, /ASOTV podcast, with some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Until next week.
And thus we exit.
Stay classy, internet.
I gotta go find Richard.
You said dick pics. Richard.
Yeah, look.